Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Comet Center in San Jose, California, on the campus of James Lick High School. It is our pleasure to bring you this live presentation of Central Coast Section Girls Basketball on CreaTV Sports. Tonight is a Blossom Valley Athletic League Santa Teresa Eastern Division matchup between two teams jockeying for CCS playoff position as the Piedmont Hills Pirates come into town to take on the host James Lick Comets. My name is Philip Kern. Glad to be courtside with you tonight for this presentation of CCS Girls Basketball. Of course, the special thanks to the East Side Union High School District for helping us get this game on the airwaves tonight. This should be a very good matchup. It's between the number one team in this Santa Teresa Eastern Division in the Piedmont Hills Pirates, 6-1 in league play, 12-5 overall. The James Lick Comets, however, are just a bit behind them. They are tied for second in this division with 4-3 as their league record, and a win tonight would be a big boost for them, putting them within one game of the league leading Piedmont Hills Pirates. Let's go ahead and bring you the starters very quickly for tonight's game. Let's first begin with the Piedmont Hills Pirates under head coach Aaron Buckner. Number 33, Shayna Tran, will start at guard. Joining her in the backcourt will be number 13, Katie Yamashita. Holly Harwood is the forward. Aaliyah Davis is the center. And Katie Vienne is also at guard as the starting five. For the James Lick Comets, their starting five looks like this. Sierra Salas and Elizabeth Galdamez are in the backcourt. Miley Alifua, Dulce Jacobo, and Marquise Nelson are at the forward positions. And that is the starting five for head coach Kyle McIntyre. Nelson at the center logo with Davis for the opening tip. Our referees this evening are John Tatsuno and Jason Kirkendall. Davis with the opening tip, Piedmont Hills with the opening possession for tonight. Expect a very fast-paced game between these two teams. They like to go up and down the court. An opening three right out of the gate for Tran, and that one's good to go, and Piedmont Hills has the first points of the evening. Tran shot that one with confidence on the wing in front of the James Lick bench. Here is James Lick opening possession, and that is overthrown as they were looking for Jacobo down low, but that pass was badly missed, and it's a first turnover for James Lick. James Lick right there going with the full court press defense, and that's some good pressing there by Yamashita to break that pressure. Vienne going to her right, drives the lane, tries to go off glass. It hits the heel of the rim. Nice rebound there on the recovery by Harwood, and she puts that one in. And Harwood has her first points of the night. It's an early 5-0 start for Piedmont Hills. Going back and forth right around the perimeter is James Lick. They really don't have a set offensive play. They go with a free-flowing offense. And here's another turnover for Piedmont Hills. That is Vienne on the steal. Going to try to take it herself. She draws contact. She will go to the line for 2 free throws, and already you can see Piedmont Hills is really playing some aggressive defense right out of the get-go. And so Vienne will go to the line for her first of 2 free throws and rims that one in and out. So the first foul was charged to Alifuo as Vienne splits the free throws. So a 6-0 start now for Piedmont Hills as they go right back to that full court press. James Lick gets it into the front court. Looking at the far corner, nice pass inside to Jacobo. She can't get it to go. Loose ball goes into Piedmont Hills, and they had numbers, but that was a little bit of a carry as Vienne a little bit out of control there, trying to go on that fast break, and now this will go right back to James Lick. So a little bit of a lucky break there as James Lick is having a hard time getting their offense going. James Lick at 4-3 in league play, also at 14-6 overall. They've had a fine season moving up from the West Valley division, and another turnover there from Nelson, and Yamashita tries to push the pace. Here is Vienne at the near wing. Tries the head fake, goes up and under for the near shot, and that's the rebound by Nelson. Nelson tries to bring it up court. Actually, the West Valley League MVP last year. Here's a three from Jacobo. It goes in and out. Nelson with the offensive board. Goes back off glass and good, and there's the first points of the night for James Lick. And Nelson utilizing that length to get a hold of that inbounds pass. She deflects it out of bounds. It will remain with Piedmont Hills, though. Here's a turnover, a steal picked up by Jacobo, but she can't corral it. And here is Harwood with the loose ball. Harwood being hounded on that pressure, and it's an over and back violation. Good defense there by Sierra Salas, one of the all-league honorees coming back for this year's team. As we mentioned just a bit ago, Marquise Nelson, the West Valley League MVP last year, and she has played quite well this year, averaging over 20 points a night. Jacobo tries to spin move. She loses possession, and it goes right back to Piedmont Hills as Harwood with the steal. Yamashita puts it up the floor. Now it's back to Harwood at the top of the circle. Trying to feed inside to Vienne. Nice head fake and puts it off the glass and in. And that's going to prompt head coach Kyle McIntyre to call a timeout. And this will be a 30-second timeout as a very rough start for the hometown James Lick Comets, going down 8-2 right from the get-go. And then before we have any chance to go any further, we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for tonight's game, and that, of course, is the Eastside Union High School District. A very generous contribution to help us bring high school basketball to the CreaTV airwaves. So to the Eastside High School District, we want to thank you for your sponsorship and your partnership with CreaTV Sports. As you can see, the James Lick Comets going back out onto the floor as off to a bit of a rough start here with an 8-2 deficit. 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Jacobo inbounds it underneath her basket and finds Nelson near the center logo, and she'll bring it up herself. Feed back inside to Nelson on the low block. Goes off glass and in, and Nelson is the entire offense right now for James Lick. Pushing up ahead here is Davis, tries to finish, and that was pretty. Wow. Aaliyah Davis with her first points of the night, 10-4 Piedmont Hills. Bounce pass goes back inside to Nelson, tries to go around Davis and loses possession. It's a turnover, and that is Viette with possession now. She pushes it up the court. Yamashita goes to her left, tries the bounce pass, and they swing it back out to Harwood. Harwood, the head fake, goes to her right, draws the foul, and will get herself to the line. And Jacobo will be called for the foul. And this will send Holly Harwood to the line. Can't quite get the shooter's roll, and we're going to have our first substitutions here for the evening. Victoria Martinez checking in for Piedmont Hills, and America Galindo is checking in for James Lick. Second free throw on the way from Harwood is up, and it is good. So Harwood with splitting the free throws makes it 11-4 Piedmont Hills. Salas not able to bring that up to the court, but last touch by Piedmont Hills. So remains James Lick ball. 4:46 left. Jacobo with the one-handed pass inbounds to Nelson. Bit of a dangerous cross-court pass, but able to get there nonetheless. Salas trying to go to her left, and she was being hounded by Tran right at the top of the three-point arc. Bit of contact there on the far corner, and I think they're going to get Martinez for the hip bump. And that is, of course, the call. Inbound for James Lick as Nelson corrals the bounce pass. Nelson back out to Jacobo. Jacobo to her left for three. Off the glass and off the back iron, and it's a rebound by Yamashita off the floor. Yamashita crossing the center logo, finds Viette. Vienne, head fake, goes off glass, too strong. Rebound by Jacobo, brings it up the other way. 4:08 left in this first quarter. Strong start here for Piedmont Hills. Nelson thought about that shot. Instead, passes it off to her teammate Galdamez, and she gets that one to go for her first points of the night. It's now 11-6 Piedmont Hills. James Lick still implementing that full court pressure defense as we have some substitutions now for Piedmont Hills. Yvonne Wynn checks in for Shayna Tran. Still remains Piedmont Hills ball. Inbound to Martinez as she tries to bring it up court. Here it is to Yamashita, finding her teammate in the corner. Oh, what a feed to Harwood. She can't finish it, however, and Nelson with the rebound. That was a nice read, however, by Wynn to make the extra pass. James Lick still trying to figure out the best way to break that Piedmont Hills press, and so far they seem to be doing pretty well with it. We have a whistle. Looks to be a kick ball. Actually, they're going to get a foul on Katie Yamashita, so that's her first of the evening. 2 fouls apiece here for both teams as look to be Galdamez trying to look for Jacobo on that bounce pass, but was last touched by a Piedmont Hills player. And Jacobo, unfortunately, she's fairly tall, but that pass was way out of her reach there. So turnover back to Piedmont Hills. 3:28 left here in the first quarter. Yamashita trying to find the extra gear. Nice spin move, trying to break through the double team. She does draw the contact and the foul, and I believe they're going to get Galdamez with the contact. So that's Galdamez with her first. Piedmont Hills back with possession again. Harwood, right around her right shoulder, tries to go off glass. It doesn't get anything but the window, and Jacobo has the rebound and will bring it up herself. Jacobo with a jump pass to Galindo. Actually, that's Leovia Spivey who checked in. I beg your pardon on the correction there. As ball will stay with James Lick. Spivey will inbound it underneath the Piedmont Hills basket. Spivey directing traffic. Looks for Nelson on the low block. Nelson double team, fights through it. Off glass and out. Rebound is corralled by Salas. Salas finds Jacobo. Jacobo with a bounce pass to Nelson and puts it in. Nelson with 6 points already in the opening quarter. Piedmont Hills already on the break. Martinez tries to go up against Jacobo, rejects it and sends it on her way. Spivey trying to fight through the double team and finds Jacobo in the backcourt. Salas up to the front. Oh, Piedmont Hills going with the double team as well, and that's going to force head coach Kyle McIntyre to call a timeout as Salas went right into the double team. And it's going to be a full timeout called by James Lick, so we will step aside for just a moment. A little bit of a frenetic pace here going on, but Piedmont Hills with an 11-8 lead over the James Lick Comets. Back to James Lick High School. Back to James Lick High School we go. Running out of the timeout, Jacobo drawing the contact. It's going to be an offensive foul, as Jacobo may have stuck the elbow out to try to make that play. That's her second foul. And so already a little bit of foul trouble here for the starting forward for James Lick. Turnover in the backcourt, at least that was nearly a turnover there. That was recovered by Emily Lee, who just checked in. Kick back out to Lee, thought about the three, but it'll swing it around instead. Nice drive inside, rejected by Jacobo. Oh my goodness. Bella Castro had the right idea to try to drive it inside, but Jacobo was there waiting for her. Yvonne Wynn inbounds it to Harwood. Harwood kicks it back out to Lee. Lee cross court to Wynn. Wynn tries to drive. Nice bounce pass to Martinez with the finish. And that's her first points of the evening. Piedmont Hills getting scoring from all sorts of places tonight, and that's a good start there as we go towards the end of this first quarter. 151 and counting as James Lick has possession. Jacobo tries to drive baseline and loses possession. It's another turnover. Back to Piedmont Hills it goes. Castro will inbound it. Trying to inbound it over the length of Nelson, and Martinez has it near the bleacher side of the court. Here's Wynn trying to fight the pressure in the backcourt from Salas. Good ball handling there. Castro for three from the James Lick bench. Tries to go off the window and cannot go. And the rebound was corralled by Salas, but she was out of bounds, so the ball will remain with Piedmont Hills. 1:34 left here in this first quarter. Wynn trying to inbound it underneath the James Lick basket. And finds Harwood near the bleachers. Tries to feed Martinez inside, and Nelson comes up with the steal. Spivey brings it up to the front court. Back to Nelson. Off the glass and in, and she made that look very, very easy. And this is going to prompt Piedmont Hills head coach Aaron Buckner to call a timeout. They've yet to find an answer for stopping Marquise Nelson, and I got to tell you, hardly anybody this season has found an answer in trying to stop Marquise Nelson. Already 8 points in this first quarter, and she has looked absolutely unstoppable. And of course, we've talked about how she is a returning West Valley Division MVP from the Blossom Valley Athletic League. However, she also has a couple of teammates who had all-league honors just a season ago. In fact, Sierra Salas, the starting point guard, made second-team all-league honors last year. And then, of course, America Galindo was a first-team honoree from last season. Piedmont Hills, however, going with a little bit of a different lineup. Of course, they had a lot of all-league honorees graduate just a season ago. In fact, the only one who is returning from that season's list of league honorees was Katie Vienne. She actually made the Santa Teresa Eastern Division first team from the Blossom Valley Athletic League. But Piedmont Hills, of course, sitting atop of this division at 6-1. They are 2 games ahead of their counterpart, the James Lick Comets, who are tied for second with 2 other teams. We'll do a little bit of a breakdown of the league standings whenever we get a moment. Castro underneath her own basket, tries to inbound it and finds her teammate Lee. Goes back to Castro as they tried to break that James Lick press, and they do. Martinez to Harwood. That ball moving absolutely beautifully. Lee can't get the 3 to go. Rimmed in and out. Jacobo with the rebound. Tries to force her way through the double team, and we're going to have a foul on Piedmont Hills. And they're going to call the foul on Yvonne Wynn, so that'll be her first of the night, as Martinez will check back out of the game, and Miranda Sepulveda will check in for the first time. Jacobo with the one-handed pass to Nelson, and she'll bring it up herself. Coming up on the final minute of play here in the first quarter from James Lick High School. Jacobo to Spivey, tries to drive baseline and does the spin move, and what a tenacious steal there by Wynn. Gets it out to her teammate Harwood as they try to break that press again. Lee gets it into the front court, back to Harwood. Goes to her right side, directing traffic, finds Castro at the near wing in front of the James Lick bench. Nice feed and nice little tip up and in from Castro. Her first points of the night. It's now 15-10 Piedmont Hills. Nelson brings it up the floor. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. Inside to Jacobo. A bit of a weird angle on that one. She could not get that one to go. And Piedmont Hills potentially has the last possession of the quarter. Wynn brings it up to the front court. Finds Lee with the bounce pass. Nice head fake by Lee. Goes off glass. Draws the contact and will get herself to the line. And they're going to call the foul on Leovia Spivey. That'll be her first. Piedmont Hills has done a fine job of getting themselves to the line quite a bit in this early going. And so this will be Emily Lee at the line. First free throw is too strong off back iron. And substitutions en masse here for both teams. Aaliyah Davis will check back in for Piedmont Hills. And Miley Alifua checks back into this one as Valeria Gonzalez-Galdamez will check in as well. Lee splits the free throws. And she will go back to the bench, as it will be Yamashita who checks back in for her. Nice turnover, nice steal in the backcourt there by Castro. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Piedmont Hills probably looking to look for the final shot of the quarter. Yamashita gets that one off glass. Davis tries to go up again. She draws the foul, will get herself to the line as well. And they're going to get Alifua with the contact. All the breaks going to Piedmont Hills' way so far, and it's got to be very frustrating for head coach Kyle McIntyre here in the early going, and that is already Alifua's second foul of the night. And Davis's first free throw is good. Two seconds left here in the first quarter, and a great start for Piedmont Hills as Davis splits the free throws. Ball's up in the air, and no shot at the end of it all. And so after 1 quarter of play, Piedmont Hills Lady Pirates basketball team off to a strong start, a 17-10 lead over the host James Lick Comets. More to come as we bring you second quarter action after this break on CreaTV Sports.
This show sucks.
What the? Don't like this program? Did you know you could create your own?
Really?
Yeah.
What the?
First, there are a few things you need to know about copyright. Copyright is any intellectual property that is protected by law, such as literature, movies, music, and more. If you want to use intellectual property, you must get permission from the owner.
But what if we can't get permission?
Legally, you can't use it because you would be at risk of content removal and lawsuits. However, copyright fosters new and innovative ideas.
If I want to produce content, but I can't get permission for intellectual property,
We can use our own creativity.
Copyright! Just remember, copyright is all around us, which means I must be going.
Cool. Now I want to make my own video.
yeah.
Ready to begin the second quarter of action here on CreaTV Sports. James Lick with the opening ball of the second quarter. Trying to draw that contact there was Alifua and could not get the whistle. And here comes Piedmont Hills on the break once again. Yamashita on the bleacher side of the court. Really being hounded by Nelson on that press and finally finds Wynn on the wing in front of the James Lick bench. Wynn thought about the three, feeds inside to Davis. And looks to be a loose ball foul. And judging from the look on Coach McIntyre's face, looks to be on James Lick again, and it is. It's going to be on Jacobo, and that's her third foul of the night. And even worse now, that's the 17th foul on James Lick, so it's a 1-and-1 bonus for Piedmont Hills. Davis back to the line, misses the first free throw, as Alifua was able to bring down the board. So a bit of a lucky break there for James Lick. They have not had a lot go their way here, and a little bit of miscommunication there as Alifua was trying to get it back to Salas, and Salas, for whatever reason, ducked. I don't know if you can explain that one, and then just she probably wasn't anticipating that pass there. And so we have a loose ball foul called on Gonzalez Galdamez, and that will put Piedmont Hills right back to the line. Castro is going to take her chance at it and gets the first one to go. This is Piedmont Hills' largest lead of the night so far, as Castro splits the free throws and Nelson comes down with the rebound. James Lick needs some type of run to get back into this one. It feels like that this game has just gone out of their hands already. Jacobo tries to go off glass and hits back iron, but it does not go down, as Yamashita will bring it up to the front court. Wynn with a bit of a power move in between that double team. Castro with a three, and it's an air ball. She couldn't even hit rim. Alifua with the rebound, and she draws the foul. And the foul will be called on Aaliyah Davis of Piedmont Hills. That is her first of the night. Both teams really going with similar styles. They both like to press in the backcourt. Really like to create turnovers with their defense and feed their fast break. But right now, this game is really all in Piedmont Hills. And Jacobo's struggles continue as she drags her feet. Could not establish a dribble there, and it's a turnover, and the ball goes right back to Piedmont Hills. A bit of a rough night here for the James Lick Comets as they've looked out of sorts here in the first couple of minutes here. Wynn was looking for her teammate Sepulveda on the low block. Instead, it's Yamashita trying to cut through the defense there. Castro with a nice head fake, tries to draw a baseline. And Alifua with the block. They tried to push it up court, but Yamashita with a nice recovery for the loose ball and another turnover. Wynn with a dangerous cross-court pass, but Davis fights her way through the key. But an offensive rebound there for Yamashita and a new shot clock for Piedmont Hills. Davis tries to drive her way through. Sepulveda, a weird angle shot, can't get it to go. Jacobo with the board and tries to find her teammate Gonzalez Galdamez, and this is just a frenetic pace that has just gone way too much for James Lick right now. Cross-court pass to Sepulveda and kicks it back out to Wynn. They will reset their offense here. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Wynn trying to go to her left, tried the Euro step and could not even get it to finish, and here's Alifua with the board. And more turnovers for James Lick. This has got to be frustrating for the hometown crowd tonight. In fact, this is a bit of a neighborhood matchup here. These two schools just separated by a mere 3 miles from each other. Cross-court pass, Castro, three ball, corner pocket, off front iron. Here's the rebound by Yamashita. Yamashita tried to think about driving baseline and brings it back out to the three-point arc. And that is a miss off back iron. Good hustle there by Yamashita, who nearly was on a collision course with our CreaTV Sports table. So Galdamez will inbound it right in front of the James Lick bench. 5:25 left to go in this first half. And Jacobo's going to head to the bench here. Alifua with possession now in the front court. Alifua trying to go to her right. And is going to get, she made the shot, but is going to get called for the travel. And James Lick just looks all out of sorts right now as Piedmont Hills will bring it up as James Lick not pressing this time. Good read there on the pass by Nelson as she creates the turnover. Gonzalez Galdamez tried the no-look pass to Galdamez, but that was a nice read there by Vienne. And brings it back up herself. Pushes it ahead. There's a 3-ball, and it misses everything. Nice read by Harwood on the rebound. Gets her own miss. Goes back up. Can't get it. Nelson fights for that tough rebound and sends them on their way. Good pass up ahead to Galdamez for the finish. McIntyre jumping for joy. That is the first basket for James Lick tonight. Nice read there by Nelson on that pass. Here is Galdamez on the break. Here she goes by herself. Can she finish? Nice recovery by Vienne, who blocks that one out of bounds. "25 seconds left on the clock. There is an inbound to Ali Fua. Tries to drive baseline and kicks it right back out to her teammate Nelson. Nelson tries to back her way in. Nelson off back iron. Gets the shooter's roll to finish. James Lick now within 4. 10 points on the night for Nelson, and she leads all scorers. Vienne on the far side going mano-a-mano with Nelson. Cross-court pass to the other side. Inside to Harwood. Gets the contact, will get herself to the line. That's going to be another foul on Ali Fua, I believe. And if so, that will be her third. And still in the 1-and-1 bonus for Piedmont Hills. Here is Harwood, who makes the first one. And Harwood gets the shooter's roll to go. 5 points on the night for Harwood with those 2 free throws, and Piedmont Hills now back up 6. Ali Fua into the front court. Here is Nelson going mano-a-mano with Davis. Nelson, a crazy shot, but she does get herself to the line. A bit of a nice break there for James Lick. And the foul is going to be charged to Davis on Piedmont Hills. That is her second. And Nelson gets herself to the line. Nelson a little short on that free throw, but she still has another opportunity. That foul on Davis is the 5th team foul for Piedmont Hills. However, for James Lick, the next foul will put Piedmont Hills in the double bonus. Nelson's second free throw is good. And that gives her 11 points on the night. 3:40 to go here in the first half. Piedmont Hills still with a 5-point lead. Vienne and Harwood, nice ball movement here right around the 3-point arc. Vienne, 3-ball, far corner, off front iron. Galdamez tracks down the rebound. 2-on-1 break with Gonzalez Galdamez. Gonzalez Galdamez draws the contact. She gets herself to the line for 2 free throws. And the foul is called on Yamashita. That is her second of the night. 16 foul for Piedmont Hills as Gonzalez Galdamez will take her first free throw. First one on the way is good. And she gets herself in the stat sheet tonight. Gonzalez Galdamez splits the free throws, and Vienne gets the rebound and will push it up to the front herself. 20-16 in favor of James Lick. Piedmont Hills with a couple of opportunities, and they can't convert. However, they still have possession. Ball did not touch rim, though, so 15 seconds left on that shot clock. Vienne, nice bounce pass to Davis for the finish. 5 points now for Davis. It's been a great post presence here for Piedmont Hills. As Nelson with possession going right up against Harwood on that pressure defense. And here is Ali Fua right beyond the 3-point line in front of the bleachers. Nelson's going to pop from 3 herself, off the glass and in. Who says the bank's not open after 6? 14 points now for Nelson, and James Lick's now within 3. A 3 in response from Piedmont Hills, and that was Shayna Tran with a nice response. Trading threes here on back-to-back possessions. 2:18 left to go here in the first half. Piedmont Hills still holding a 6-point lead here. Nelson around her right right shoulder. What a turn and finish. James Lick back with it for 2 minutes left here in the first half. Nice anticipation there by Gonzalez Galdamez. Tried to push it ahead to Galdamez. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with this one? It is Galdamez for James Lick. Bit of a touch pass there. They're going to say last touch by Aaliyah Davis, and so it will stay with James Lick. And so 1:52 left, 22 seconds left on the shot clock. An opportunity for James Lick to make this a one-possession game. Nelson calling for it in the key, and she's surrounded by Piedmont Hills defenders, and a 5-second violation. This will be a turnover back to Piedmont Hills. And so Karina Gutierrez will check in for Sierra Salas. She will head to the bench for a breather. Yamashita bringing it up to the front court. James Lick going more with a half-court press this time around. Via nice pass to Davis for the finish. Nice read to make that bounce pass as they were trying to crash down on her, and they left Davis wide open. Final 90 seconds of the quarter. Alifua feeding Nelson again. We get back around. Alifua for three, misses everything, and it's going to be a turnover right back to Piedmont Hills. I got a feeling that was probably not what they had in mind on that last possession. And so Alifua will head to the bench as Dulce Jacobo checks back in. Yamashita into the front court, pestering defense there by Galdamez. And a loose ball on the far side as Gonzalez Galdamez was the first one to it, but she was out of bounds when she got there, so Piedmont Hills gets possession right back. .106 and counting here. It's been quite a frenetic pace here, although it's slowed down maybe a couple of notches here in the second quarter. Here is Vienne trying to drive the lane, tries to feed Davis again. Jacobo meets her at the top of the block, but Davis gets her own rebound, and she gets the finish. Piedmont Hills stretching the lead back to 8. And we have a foul on Piedmont Hills. And it's going to be on Yamashita, and that's her third. And so that puts James Lick in the 1-on-1 bonus. So Karina Gutierrez goes to the line. This 1-on-1 bonus would be very important for her to make that first free throw. First free throw on the way. It's off back iron, and Martinez gets the board. 15-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 38 seconds left here in the first half. Win, nice bounce pass to Davis, trying to go to the well once again, but it's a turnover right back to James Lick. Gutierrez with possession. 28 seconds left here in the first half. Nelson finds Gonzalez Galdamez, but Davis says, get that one out of here. And it's going to be a turnover right back to Piedmont Hills. Davis really having an impact here in this second quarter. As Vienne will bring up to the front court. 19 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Martinez tries to launch from three, and it's too strong. Rebound by Jacobo. Jacobo fights her way through, pushing it up the way. Galdamez to Gonzalez, Galdamez to Nelson. Nice feedback to Jacobo, the basket and the foul. And Jacobo, who's had a tough first half, finally gets something to go here as Yvonne Wynn gets called for the foul. Her second of the night, and Jacobo has an opportunity for a three-point play. Free throw on the way. It rims out. Rebound by Martinez. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. Win. A last-second heave goes absolutely nowhere, and that is how this first half will end. So for Piedmont Hills, a strong showing in that first half. However, James Lick is still not quite out of this one. And at halftime, it is the Piedmont Hills Pirates 29, the James Lick Comets 23. We will have second half action for you on CreaTV Sports after a short break and a word from our sponsors.
come on.
Whoa, what's all the fuss about?
Hey, Ned Neutral. I'm just trying to apply for a job opening, but the page won't load. What's the point of paying my internet service provider if they can't give me simple access to a website?
Well, Sam, that could be the new norm if net neutrality rulings are reversed.
Net neutrality?
Communication is a necessity, which is why the FCC deemed the internet a public utility in 2015.
What does that mean?
It means that the internet was regulated, and internet service providers couldn't block or slow down content that they didn't agree with. But that's all changing now. The FCC plans to reverse net neutrality and give corporations the freedom that they want.
What can they do with this power?
Well, that's the scary part. They can slow down any service that they disagree with, block news outlets, or bring your web pages to a halt.
That's horrible. We as consumers need to have our voices heard and tell them to keep an open internet.
You better do it fast, because if net neutrality is restricted, then you might not have the platform to speak through.
Why is that?
Because the open internet is a platform for marginalized voices, if you want to question large internet providers, you will receive a one-way ticket to access denied.
Content removal, information restriction, speed throttling? It's just not fair. The public deserves equal access to the internet.
So call your representative, contact the FCC, let them know how you feel, and fight for an open and fair internet.
Hello? Ned? Anyone there?
Welcome back, everybody, to CreaTV Sports presentation of Central Coast Section girls basketball, where your score is the Piedmont Hills Pirates leading the James Lick Comets by a score 29-23. Philip Kern here courtside at the Comet Center in San Jose. Glad you could join us as we are ready to begin the second half of play. Piedmont Hills with the ball here to get things started. Here is Yamashita on the low block. Nice spin moves there, but could not get the bucket to finish. And here is Gutierrez with the tough rebound. Jacobo on the break. Tried to push that one ahead to her teammate, Gonzalez Galdamez. That was batted away by Piedmont Hills, but possession will stay with James Lick as they're trying to get off to a much better start than they were back in the first half. Gutierrez back inside to Jacobo. Turnaround shot gets the shooter's roll to go in. And a much better start for James Lick as they cut the deficit to 4. Is Vienne going to her right, challenging Nelson, and Nelson swatted that one away, showing her who rules the paint right there. Possession will stay with Piedmont Hills as it's now 17 seconds left on the shot clock. 7:20 left here in the third quarter as we're just getting things started. Vienne underneath the James Lick basket. Nice defense there by Gonzalez Galdamez. She forces the 5-second inbound violation, and it's a turnover right back to James Lick. Gutierrez telegraphed that pass, and a good read there by Vienne as she brings it back up to the front court in front of the Piedmont Hills bench. And she draws a contact from Galdamez, and that's going to be a foul. So that foul is Galdamez's second. And the inbound to Yamashita. Vienne with the head fake. Nice feed inside to Harwood. Draws the contact and will get herself to the line. That has been one advantage for Piedmont Hills. They have been getting themselves to the line quite often. So they call the foul on Marquise Nelson. That is her first, as Harwood makes the first free throw. Nelson actually leads all scorers with 16 points tonight. Second free throw from Harwood is up and good. So she has 7 points to her credit now. As Piedmont Hills brings it up back to 6 for their advantage here. Gutierrez in the front court. Gonzalez Galdamez, a bit of a two-man game out beyond the three-point arc. Jacobo trying to find somewhere to go with that ball. And Jacobo trying to use the ball fake, trying to use a screen from Nelson. Jacobo pops from 3 off back iron, and she gets the roll to go in. Jacobo with a bit of a close one there, but James Lick now has a deficit to 3. And here comes that full court press defense again. Yamashita up in the front court as they break the press. A crisscross move going to her left. Tran going one-on-one. Now draws Gutierrez on the defensive assignment. And gets the glass, but misses everything. Gutierrez with the rebound. And James Lick has an opportunity to potentially tie this game or at least draw within 1. Jacobo pops from 3 to tie, and it's too strong off back iron. And Gutierrez fights for the offensive board, but Yamashita comes up with it. Davis out ahead of everybody, and she potentially could have a finish and does not. Jacobo closed in nicely, and Galdamez gets the rebound. Gutierrez was led a little bit too long by that pass. She had an open look, thought about the 3, but swings it out to Galdamez instead. Now it's out to Jacobo. A bit of a weave there. Try to create some sort of lane there for anybody to go through. Trying to use the Nelson screen. Jacobo, a strange 3. I don't know what the thought process was on that one, and I think Coach McIntyre is wondering the same thing, as that shot missed everything, and now goes back to Piedmont Hills. 5:29 left to go here in the third. Piedmont Hills still ahead by 3. Here is Vienne going up to the front court. Peels it back out for Harwood. Harwood tries to drive and is off right iron, and the rebound goes to Nelson. Nelson bringing it up herself, and it's now to Jacobo. It's got Yamashita on the defensive assignment. And they'll swing it back out to Nelson. Jacobo, another 3 to tie. Can't get it to finish. And Galdamez had the rebound for a second, but Harwood ripped that out of her hands. Tran and Yamashita getting the offense set up for Piedmont Hills. Harwood trying to find somebody to feed it to inside, but Gutierrez with some nice defense there. Nelson trying to draw the assignment on Yamashita. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Yamashita inside to Harwood. Nice spin move, but can't get the bucket to go. It went part of the way in and out. Davis with the offensive board. A third chance and gets herself to the line. And that is going to be a foul called on Jacobo, her 4th foul of the night. And this sends Davis to the line. Davis with 9 points on the night. And rims out that free throw. And she is Piedmont Hills' leading scorer tonight as Yvonne Wynn will check in. She checks in place of Shayna Tran. Second free throw from Davis. She misses both, and Jacobo has the rebound. Jacobo has been active on the glass tonight. Unfortunately for James Lick, she's been really the only one. Nelson, nice drive into the lane and gets the bucket to go. James Lick now within 1. Nelson with 18 points to lead all scorers tonight. She is carrying the team on her back tonight. Bounce pass, nice read to get the pass to Davis. Last touch by Davis, however, and James Lick now with possession. So James Lick, for the first time tonight, has a chance to take the lead. Yamashita with a nice read there, and she gets the turnover. Good pressure defense there by Piedmont Hills again. Harwood gets the trickle away pass, and she gets the bucket off the turnover. Harwood now at 9 points. She is now tied with Davis for the team lead. Jacobo for 3 and off the glass, and that shot was maybe a little too quick. Vienne with the rebound. Here comes Piedmont Hills on the push. Win to the left block. Tries the left-handed shot. Davis gets the offensive rebound, hits the deck, but gets it out to Harwood. And there is a whistle and a 30-second timeout. I believe it was called by Piedmont Hills. And it is going to be confirmed, a 30-second time for Piedmont Hills. It gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsor for tonight's game. Of course, that is the Eastside Union High School District. A generous donation to help us bring high school basketball onto the airwaves for CreaTV Sports tonight. So on behalf of everybody here at CreaTV, we'd like to thank the Eastside Union High School District for their generous donation and for their partnership with CreaTV. So really the story tonight, it's been Marquise Nelson and company for James Lick. as Nelson's been the leading scorer tonight for James Lick with 18 points. There's nobody else in double figures, however, but Harwood and Davis for Piedmont Hills are threatening. They both have 9 apiece. Vienne on the inbound, trying to find Yamashita. Instead, she finds Harwood. Harwood to her left, trying to direct traffic here. She finds Yamashita out near the logo. Wynn going to her left. Tries to go up against Jacobo, missed everything, and Nelson has the rebound. Nelson, nice feed inside, but that was a block by Vienne. And I think Gonzalez Galdamez drew some contact. It's a foul on the floor, so we'll stay here. And the foul is called on Wynn, and if my tallying is correct, that's Wynn's 3rd foul of the night. Nice feed to Jacobo on the cut, and James Lick is now back within 1. Jacobo now with 10 points on the night, and Nelson has the board as Piedmont Hills misses the layup. Here comes James Lick with an opportunity for the lead. Bad pass by Gutierrez trying to find Gonzalez Galdamez. The pass had a little too much mustard on that one, and Piedmont Hills gets the ball back. Bit of a wasted opportunity there for James Lick. They had a 2-on-1 break but could not convert. Here comes that full court pressure once again. Yamashita trying to throw it off of Gutierrez's leg. She does, and that was really more of a bailout because she had nowhere to go. Wynn looking for the inbound, and she finds Castro. Castro with 2-on-1 break if they hurry. Pulls up beyond the three-point line instead. Swings around to Wynn, going one-on-one with Gutierrez. Nice feed inside to Harwood, and that was a pretty finish. Harwood now with 11 points for Piedmont Hills, and James Lick is now back down by 3. Tries to feed inside to Jacobo, and a nice read there by Yamashita to get the steal. Yamashita finds Wynn near center court. What a finish by Wynn to find the soft spot of the defense, and that is Wynn's first points of the night. Piedmont Hills now back up by 5. As that full court pressure still causing a lot of problems for James Lick, and it's another turnover. Harwood pulls up. Oh, nice ball movement, but Yamashita could not finish. Kicks it back out. Castro, a 3. Off front iron, and Nelson with the rebound. Galdamez looks to push. They have numbers. They have a 3-on-2, but they decide to slow up instead. Nelson had an open look. Back out. Jacobo for 3. Off front iron, and it's the rebound back to Piedmont Hills, and it's in the possession of Yvonne Wynn. 1:28 left here in the third quarter. Yamashita thought about the 3. Nice feed to Harwood in the paint, and Nelson has the rebound, and a touch pass to send Jacobo on her way. Jacobo bounce pass to Galdamez, tries to go off glass and tried to draw contact, but no whistle. Back out to Nelson. She'll pop from 3 and can't get it off the window there. Galdamez, head fake. She can't get it to go, and it's a rebound back to Gutierrez, and I think she drew some contact, and it will stay here. Foul is on Victoria Martinez. That is her second. 1:03 left to go in this one. Still anybody's ball game. Yes, Gutierrez will head to the bench. She had some nice minutes there. Sierra Salas will check back in for James Lick. Alifua inbounds it underneath the Piedmont Hills basket. It was deflected. Last touch by Piedmont Hills. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. 29 seconds left on the shot clock still. And they find Jacobo on the inbound. Back out to Alifua. Corner pocket 3. And the offensive rebound by Nelson. Goes back up with it for the nice finish. Timeout on the floor has been called. It's a 30-second timeout for James Lick High School as they have gone back to within 3 points of this one. It's been one of the closest times they have ever been, as really they've been trailing this entire night. But it's been a nice opportunity here for James Lick. They've been able to really have a lot more success on that full court press defense as opposed to in the first half. In fact, I haven't even gotten a chance to tell you that this is a rematch of a league game that took place at Piedmont Hills back on January 15th, where Piedmont Hills came away with a 66-64 overtime victory. So revenge is very much on the mind of James Lick's squad tonight. Inbound is going to Harwood. 49 seconds left here in the quarter. Martinez pops from three, gets it to go. Big shot by Martinez, puts Piedmont Hills back up by 6. And more Piedmont Hills pressure forces the 5-second inbound violation. The ball goes back to Piedmont Hills. 38 seconds left on the clock here in the third quarter. Here's Castro. She'll pop from three, and it's off right iron. Harwood with a tough offensive board, and it's going to be a jump ball, and possession arrow is with James Lick High School. A bit of a lucky break there for James Lick, but you can see Piedmont Hills already setting up that full court pressure defense. Jacobo inbounds it to Nelson, and it goes back to Jacobo. Trying to look for some way to break that pressure. Yamashita is just really hounding her in the backcourt. She gets up to the front, however. 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Alifua yanks this one from three, and it just misses everything. Martinez with the board and tries to push it up court, and Salas gets the steal. 7 seconds left. 6 seconds. 5. Salas in the front court. Bounce pass to Jacobo. Pops it up for three at the end, and she gets it to go at the buzzer. Well, not quite sure that's the way they drew it up, but either way, James Lick has to be feeling much better about where they stand right now. At the end of 3 quarters, Piedmont Hills leads James Lick 40-37. Don't go away. We've got quite a fourth quarter finish for you on CreaTV Sports.
This show sucks.
What the?
Don't like this program? Did you know you could create your own?
Really?
Yeah.
What the?
First, there are a few things you need to know about copyright. Copyright is any intellectual property that is protected by law, such as literature, movies, music, and more. If you want to use intellectual property, you must get permission from the owner.
But what if we can't get permission?
Legally, you can't use it because you would be at risk of content removal and lawsuits. However, copyright fosters new and innovative ideas.
If I want to produce content, but I can't get permission for intellectual property,
We can use our own creativity.
Copyright! Just remember, copyright is all around us, which means I must be going.
Cool. Now I want to make my own video.
yeah.
Fourth quarter action ready to begin here at James Lick High School. Opening possession here for Piedmont Hills. A 3-2 strong off back iron, and the rebound is brought down by Wynn. A fresh 30 seconds here for Piedmont Hills. And Yamashita was trying to feed that inside, but that was off the leg of Nelson, and so it will be Piedmont Hills possession. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Castro on the far corner. Here is Yamashita going to her left. Kicks it back out. Martinez for three. Bingo! Big time threes here for Martinez. And it's another turnover for James Lick. Martinez is on the open court. She gets the bucket. This is starting to look an awful lot like the first quarter, and that's a bad sign for James Lick. Alifua with the Euro step, cannot get it to finish, and Harwood with the rebound. Yamashita with it as she is at the controls, bringing it up to the front court. Wynn thought about the three, uses the head fake, uses the glass instead, and cannot finish. Alifua with the board, the outlet pass to Jacobo, and that was nearly stolen, but Jacobo with the hustle, able to track it down. 5-0 run to start this fourth quarter here for Piedmont Hills. Here is Jacobo going over her right shoulder. Mid-range jumper is too strong, and the rebound is pulled down by Harwood. She is in the midst of a couple of James Lick defenders. It is a jump ball, and possession will stay with Piedmont Hills. So Victoria Martinez with a couple of key threes there. She has herself in double figures now with 10 points. Holly Harwood, of course, leading the way for Piedmont Hills with 11. And we have a foul in the backcourt. This is going to go against James Lick. And the foul is charged to Galdamez. That is her third. And Tran will check back in for Castro as she will head to the bench. 6:27 left here in the fourth quarter. The pace still really hasn't let up from the opening tip. Inbound to Yamashita. Here is Harwood at the front court. And puts it back in the hands of Wynn, and she will get the offense set up. Wynn to her left. Nice baseline drive, and tried to go with the reverse finish for Tran, and that missed everything, and Jacobo has the rebound. Jacobo will bring it up to the front court. Alifua is beyond the three-point arc. Looking for some place to go to, and she's going to use the off-ball screen by Jacobo. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Still very much anybody's ballgame. Jacobo's going to pop from NBA range, and that is off the right iron. Nelson had the rebound for a second, but lost it in midair, and Harwood picks up the loose ball. Harwood ahead to Martinez, peels out beyond the three-point line. Thought about driving it there for a second. Now here is Yamashita going to her right. Wynn had a look at a three, and she thought otherwise. Bounce pass inside to Martinez. She drives baseline, misses everything, but she gets herself to the line instead. There's a foul on Galdamez. And the first free throw is in and out for Martinez. And unfortunately for James Lick, that was Galdamez's fifth foul, and she's out of this game. Martinez misses both free throws, but Jacobo with the rebound as it sends James Lick on their way. 5:30 left to go here in this one. Alifua thought about the three, uses the head fake instead. And what a read on that bounce pass. However, Gonzalez Galdamez picked up the loose ball but couldn't finish. And now Yamashita is back at the controls for Piedmont Hills. Coming up on 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Nice feed to Harwood for the finish. And a timeout being called by James Lick coach Kyle McIntyre. This is probably going to be a full timeout. Piedmont Hills stretching their lead to the largest it's been. We stand at a 10-point lead. This gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsor for tonight's game, and of course that is the Eastside Union High School District. Made a generous contribution to help us broadcast tonight's game for CreaTV Sports. So a big thank you to the Eastside Union High School District for their generosity in helping us with broadcasting tonight's game, and of course their partnership with CreaTV. Almost a code red situation here for James Lick as they are trailing in this one by 10 points. Of course, they've just lost one of their starters, Lizbeth Galdamez, to foul trouble. She has fouled out of this one. And so this is really going to test some of James Lick's depth. 5:03 left to go here in this one. Marquise Nelson leading all scorers with 20 points tonight. Dulce Jacobo not too far behind her with 13. However, Piedmont Hills has gotten a lot more from their offense. Jacobo will bring this up to the front court. Piedmont Hills backing off a little bit on that full court press just a bit. Here's Jacobo at the free throw circle, kicks it back out to Salas. Salas tries to use the screen from Jacobo, and then Spivey now with possession. A little bit of calamity there, but Salas picks up the loose ball, and she gets that one to go off glass. Those are Salas' first points of the night. And a nice recovery there by Yamashita. She gets the points there on that one. That was Yamashita on that last basket. Another turnover for Piedmont Hills. Martinez with the finish. Big time 12-point lead now for the Piedmont Hills Pirates. They are really trying to create some separation here. And this is looking very much like the first quarter once again. Martinez back into the front court. 3:43 to go here in this one. Piedmont Hills looking to put a chokehold on this one. Harwood with a baseline drive and finish. 15 points now for Harwood, and it's now a 14-point advantage for Piedmont Hills. Piedmont Hills, of course, is the leader of the pack here in the Santa Teresa East Division, 6-1 in league play. The way things are going, they may up that record to 7-1. Spivey trying to use some type of screen there, but she terminated the dribble. Feed inside to Jacobo. Nice spin and finish. So that breaks a bit of the spell there for James Lick, but they still got a long way to go. Nice transition there, but Tran wasn't able to finish. Spivey with the rebound and another turnover in the backcourt. Harwood for three, and can't get the shooter's roll. Spivey with the rebound. Outlet pass to Jacobo. 3-on-1 break for James Lick. Nice feed inside to Nelson, and she gets the finish. Lead back down to 10 for Piedmont Hills, and here they come on the break again. Martinez nearly had a clear spot to the basket, but Jacobo has the block, and here they come. 2:27 left to go. James Lick has to get some shots off quick here. Spivey spins around. Here is Nelson at the free throw elbow. Jacobo pops it up, and it's off front iron, and here is Hard with the rebound. Outlet pass to Martinez, sends her on her way, and she gets the finish. A 12-point lead now for Piedmont Hills. Martinez 14 points off the bench. What a performance she has turned in. Final 2 minutes here of this one, 1:55 to be exact. Jacobo backs up for three. Actually, had her foot on the line. And a block there by Harwood, and it sends Martinez on her way. 2-on-2. Harwood, mid-range jumper, off glass. Yamashita was all by herself, and she just hurried the shot. And that's going to force a timeout called by head coach Aaron Buckner, as he has to be pretty pleased with what he's been seeing tonight. 1:35 left to go in this one. Piedmont Hills with a 12-point advantage, and once again, we want to take this time to thank our main sponsor for tonight's game, and that, of course, is the Eastside Union High School District, a generous donation to help CreaTV bring high school basketball on the airwaves tonight. And so it's our pleasure to thank the Eastside Union High School District for their generous donation and their partnership with CreaTV. So 1:35 left to go in this one, and it's basically do or die here on every possession for James Lick. They need a bucket and a stop every trip up and down, and need to make it quick. Inbound to Yvonne Wynn. She's being guarded by Salas on the far side. Harwood tries to spin her way through. How'd she get that shot in? Right over Nelson. It's been that kind of night for Piedmont Hills. Rodriguez bringing it up to the front court. Ooh, that was a little bit dangerous there. Salas almost went back to the back court. It would have been an over and back violation. Spivey off front iron, can't get it to go, and it's a rebound by Sepulveda. And another timeout called by Aaron Buckner for Piedmont Hills, and probably sensing that this game is going to be well in hand. So it's probably will give him a chance to get some substitutions in. But just to show you how big this game was tonight, just to give you an idea as to how the standings look, in the Santa Teresa Eastern Division, Piedmont Hills currently sitting atop the pack with a 6-1 record overall, but looks to be going to 7-1 tonight. But James Lick was currently tied for second with Oak Grove and Independence at 4-3 overall. In fact, Independence has had a bit of a hot streak as of late, winning 4 in a row. Live Oak not too far behind him with a 3-4 league record, and at the bottom is Santa Teresa sitting at 0-7, and they have had a bit of a tough go of things, losing 9 in a row. And in case you were wondering, Santa Teresa is 0-7 in league. Back to action we go as Lee drives the lane, goes off glass, and gets that one to finish. 16-point lead for Piedmont Hills. Another turnover in the backcourt. Rodriguez blocks the shot from Anna Fan, who's seen some playing time now. Anna Fan is just all over the place right now. She gets in the middle of that passing lane there. Here comes Piedmont Hills. They have not let up off the gas. That was Trina Dow, who could not get the finish. Here comes Salas back into the front court. 28 seconds left in this one. Tries to go for Gonzalez Galdamez. The pass was over her head, but actually that's a turnover now. Goes right back to Piedmont Hills. 26 seconds left in this one. It all looks to be sealed up here for the Piedmont Hills Pirates as they improve their standing and they're jockeying for CCS postseason play. Tried to feed inside to Sepulveda. Cannot finish. And it is last touched by James Lick, so it will stay with Piedmont Hills. 9 seconds left in this one. Here is the inbound. 8 seconds left in this one. Piedmont Hills maybe trying to look for that final shot as Lee had that one knocked out of her hands. So she'll inbound it right in front of the Piedmont Hills bench. 5 seconds left. Lee with possession. She will back this one out. And this is going to do it for tonight as the Piedmont Hills Pirates improve their league record to 7-1, 13-5 overall. James Lick with this loss will fall to 14-7 and 4-4 in league play. And really quite a fourth quarter performance for the Piedmont Hills Pirates as they win this one by a final of 59-43. And a couple of standout performances I want to let you know about. Holly Harwood leading all scorers with 17 points. Victoria Martinez not to be outdone, 14 points off the bench. And of course, Marquise Nelson doing fine work as she usually does with 22 points. And of course, Dulce Jacobo with 15 on her own, but it was not enough for James Lick tonight. And before we go, we want to give thanks to all involved to making this broadcast happen. As you can see the credits on your screen here. Also want to give a special amount of thanks to the Piedmont Hills and James Lick athletic departments. There you see the rest of the camera operators and production assistants who helped make this broadcast possible. And also a final word of thanks to the Eastside Union High School District for their sponsorship and partnership to help bring this game to you tonight. That will do it for the Comet Center here in San Jose, California. Once again, your final, the Piedmont Hills Pirates with a league victory tonight over the James Lick Comets, 59-43. For everyone here at CreaTV Sports, my name is Philip Kern. Have a good night from San Jose.